Welcome back, everybody. So I know it has been a really long time since I posted a video, but we're gonna change all that today because I got a new camera. Yay! So I thought today I would just kind of start things off and kind of start my return to YouTube with another couple face chart tutorials. So these are going to be coming out over the next couple days as time allows. And I think this time around what I really wanted to do was just to kind of show you how I shade and sculpt mostly the skin on a face chart. So we're going to keep everything really basic. It's all going to be in kind of brown sepia tones, but this just gives you a really good idea of how to take such a flat piece of paper and make it look really three-dimensional and look a lot more realistic. So if you're doing this for fun, going to show them to a client, something like that, you'll have a much more finished product. The first thing I did do, which I usually always do, is I actually made a mask for the face chart, which is actually just take a blank face chart, cut out the face, slap it down. It's really good to save a couple of the, if you ever mess up on a face chart, don't throw it away, kind of keep it, because you can just cut it out into a mask like this and use it for your next face chart. So when I'm starting, I generally like to start on the eyes. So like I said before, for this look, we are going to keep it very simple. So I'm just going to start with a really nice kind of dark brown, like so. You can see that there. I always find that frost finish eyeshadows tend to work the best. They just blend and grab onto the paper a lot better than most other eyeshadows. So I'm just going to go in with a flat shader brush. This is MAC 239, and we'll start from there. And I'm just going to take this in the outer corner of the eyes and kind of sculpt into the crease a little bit. There, so now that we've got that first kind of color laid down, we're going to switch to something just a little bit lighter. So we were right here, and we're just going to go something a little bit lighter, still in that frost finish, and I'm actually just going to use the other side of that 239 to apply that. And we're just going to use this to kind of blend everything out, smoke it out a little bit, and especially on the kind of upper edge of the crease, really kind of break that up into the brow. That same color we're actually going to use as kind of the lowest tone, kind of the contour tone for the skin as well, because I really want to keep this all on one kind of color scale. These kinds of tricks work with really any colors, so by just keeping it on the same kind of brown tones, it makes it a lot kind of simpler to follow along with. So I'm going to start and kind of do some of the face contours as well. I'm going to switch up to a MAC 227, fondly referred to as the kitten paw, and I'm actually going to use that same brown that I was using and start to contour out the nose and cheeks. I was once yours, dear. I should just keep a fan brush on hand. This I start to just kind of whisk away any excess powder that we might have going on. Now, what I like to do, this kind of been a new trick, a new habit of mine. My face charts look different every single time I do them. But what I've been doing recently for that kind of cheek contour, mind you, this is completely optional, you can stop here, but I actually like to bring that contour sometimes down just a little bit. Gives it a little bit more of that kind of fashion-y, Angelina Jolie cheekbone. And then I'm actually going to use that same color. I'm going to go right into the bridge of the nose as well. Just right up at the top here. Now, if you guys are working with MAC face charts, which are primarily what I use because I can get them for free from work, the one thing that you always do want to note, this line for the nose is actually off-center. So make sure you're actually centering your nose bridge to the face, not to the line of the nose, or everything's going to be crooked, which is not a good look. Alright, now we're going to be switching up to something a little bit lighter. So I'm just going to go something kind of this beigey tone. This is actually all the glitters. I'm using a 213 brush for this. And this is where the real magic starts to happen with that nose. We're just really going to perfect that shape. Baby, love me lights out in the darkest night out. Now, one of my favorite brushes for doing, especially the cheeks, contour blush on a face chart, is actually a 168. It's an angled contour brush. I just feel like it fits really well on the paper. So I'm actually going to go back into that all that glitters. just really start to blend this out. The thing I like about this brush is if you use kind of the chiseled edge of it, you get a really nice blend. There we go. Sorry about that. I actually had a battery die on me. So I just kind of shade the temples, the cheeks, and a little bit under the lips as well. Now we're gonna go back in with that 168 and that kind of lightest flesh tone that we were using. We're gonna start by contouring the forehead. Now whenever I'm doing face charts, I kind of honestly do them the same way I usually do drag. And so I really kind of over exaggerate and accentuate those contours. So keep everything nice and rounded up here, like so. And for the nose, the magical little brush. This is a 228. It's just a little baby shader. Super tiny, super great for getting into those nose contours a little bit better. So that mid-tone color again. The way I like to do these now, they kind of, my noses switch up a lot. It really kind of depends on how severe of a look I'm going for, what kind of feel I want it to have. For this one, I'm just going to kind of do more of a realistic nose. So I like to take the color, kind of draw this U shape for the tip of the nose, up from the base like so. And then I'll actually draw two more little U's. Coming up from each nostril. And try as hard as you can to keep those even. It's never going to be perfect, but just take your time. And so basically once I've done that, I go back in with my 213. Back in with all that glitters. And then I just like to blend this line up and kind of connect it. Same with the other side. And then I like to take that small shader again and the very, very darkest shade. This is actually the one that we just used on the eyes. And fill in just underneath. Like so, and you can see it feels a little bit wide right here, so I'm actually going to go in and blend that contour in just a little bit. Let's keep it really thin, really sharp. And then with that 228 again, the little itty bitty baby guy, get that mid-tone. And this, the reason I like this, especially with the MAC face charts, because it fits ever so perfectly in the Cupid's bow. You want to leave about a 2mm space between the top and the lip. I'll show it right there. Like so. And then you can also bring it up. I always just bring it up one side. Just have that illusion, little divot there. And now they have the bulk of the extreme shading done. I'm actually just going to go in with a little bit of a Studio Fix powder. This one's in NW20. It's actually my color, it's just one that I had laying around. Back in with that 168 brush. I'm just going to kind of follow the contours. Kind of color everything in a little bit. I'm waking up, I feel it in my bones, enough to make my systems blow. Welcome to the new age, to the new age. Welcome to so there you kind of have basic. It starts to look really kind of extreme, so to speak. But once you kind of get some colors and the details on it, really starts to pull it all together. I'm going to do just a touch of a blush. Yeah, something like Melba. Melba does the trick. I don't want this to be too over the top. I just want to give it a touch color. And what I like to do with this is I actually do kind of like to do a kind of an 80s motion on face charts, just because it does give it a little bit more shape. So I bring it on the tops of the cheekbones up to the temple, kind of the C shape around the eye. I'm waking up, I feel it in my bones, enough to make. Now we're just gonna beef up a little bit, a couple things. And there you have it. This is just the basic kind of skin and shading. If you guys tune in tomorrow, back on this channel, I will actually be posting another video. It's going to kind of show you just how I would finish this off. So we're going to kind of touch up the eyes a little bit, do the eyebrows, and finish off the lips. Yeah, so if you guys have any comments or questions, please feel free to contact me. Otherwise, please take a second to hit that subscribe button and that like button, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Bye-bye.